Welcome back to Mr. Wicklam's virtual math class. Today what we are going to be doing is we are going to be looking at patterns in algebra, and we're going to be specifically focusing on repeating patterns. Now, as you know with patterns, they always have a core. Patterns can also have attributes being color, size, shape, or orientation. Orientation meaning which way they are placed. So triangle could be up, triangle could be down. For example, if I do this, just looking at a specific example of what the core is, you will notice that the core is usually what repeats. Okay, so if you're looking at this pattern, you can see that there's a big circle, the small circle, the square, and you can see that it repeats. So this right here, this would be the core of the pattern because it is the one that is repeating. Now, what I would like you to do is I would just like you to take notice, and you're probably going to need some paper and a pencil so you can do this along with me because I want it cemented into your head. What is the core of the following? So I want you to take a look at this example, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to take a look and see what is the core. Now, you should be able to pick out the core, and if you're looking, always look and start from the left, go to the right, and look at where you think letters start repeating. So if you look, you have S, T, O, P, S, and then you have S again. So nowhere along that way was there two S's in the first 5 letters. So where it repeats is right here. That's what you should have got. So stops is the core. So the core is stops. Okay, so let's look at another one. Now, while I'm doing this example, what I would like you to realize is I'd like you to notice that there's some different kind of looking shapes in there. Well, I mean, it's just triangles, but there's something different in especially this triangle and this triangle. Okay, they have some dots in them. Now, that doesn't mean anything really. For the most part, it's just got dots in it. Okay, but what I would like you to notice is that the orientation is different. One is up, one is down. Okay. So, where is the core? Where does it start to repeat again? So, you should have figured out that the core, by now, is right there. So, your core is a triangle up, triangle down with some dots in it. Kind of looks like a slice of pepperoni pizza. So, what we need to remember is the length of the core is the number of terms in the core. So when we're dealing with length, we're looking at the number of terms. So what is a term? Each term is just the symbol. So this would be 1, term number 1. This would be term number 2, term number 3, term number 4, term number 5, and term number 6. So each individual shape, letter, whatever it may be, is a term in the sequence. So when we're looking for the length, so if I ask, what is the length of the stops pattern, and so count it up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the length of that is 15. The length of this is 6. Okay, so length is just the number of terms that are in the pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to use attributes, and we're going to figure out which attributes are changing. So I do have a little sticky note here. I hope you can see it well. It's got some. So what attribute is actually changing in this? There's actually 2 attributes that are changing in this. Can you pick out the 2 attributes? So remember, attribute is color, size, shape, or orientation. So what are the two attributes that are changing? So you should be able to notice that the two attributes that are changing, one is shape, right? We're going from circle to square. So you have shape. And you also will notice that you go from circle to square to a little smaller circle, so you have size is changing as well. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a look at a couple of more examples, and we're just going to firm up some of our thinking. So what is the core length of this pattern? The core length, remember, each term determines the length. So if you've counted and you've counted 6, you are very much correct. Good job. I want to know what the core is of the next two and find out what the core length is of those two. Okay? We're going to come back to that in a second, but I'm going to allow you to do that. And you can do that after we are done. I will give you some time. So you need to figure out what the core is and what the core length is, okay? Now, when we're looking at attributes, we're looking again at size, shape, color, and orientation. So if you can see here, we have circles. It's all red. Okay, we want to know which attribute is changing. So which attribute is changing in this first one? Okay, all the circles are red. They're all circles. There is no orientation for a circle, so the only one left is size. Size is the only thing that is changing here. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to take a look at this next example. Look at it closely. So you have blue triangle, yellow circle, green square, red triangle. So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to take a look at what is changing here. Okay? Remember, orientation means that something, can be flipped upside down. So if you came out of this figuring out that, well, you got a triangle and you go to a circle, so right away, shape is changing. And you also notice that it was a blue, B for blue triangle to a yellow circle, so color is changing. Okay? And then you'll notice that, hey, there's an upside down triangle here. So that is orientation. So orientation is changing. The only one that's not is size. If I threw an extra circle on the end like this, then size would be changing. But as it stands, these are the only three that are changing. So really, that is all I have to say about repeating patterns. This is Mr. Wicklam signing off. And remember, you can always go back and you can always take a look at this, and you can always do it a couple of times. And remember to look up at the board and you will see where your pages are. This is Mr. Wicklam signing out.